Hey, pop quiz! This one's worth at least 1,235 points and it's going to be very hard. So I hope you studied. Now, let's imagine that you made key lime pie for an event and overestimated the amount of key lime juice that you needed. If you multiply that volume of juice by the area under the curve of your childhood nostalgia for frozen slices of key lime pie, would you A. Go buy some of that frozen pie you remember, B. Try to resell your surplus juice and use the profits to buy a lime grove, C. Invent a recipe for key lime pie ice cream and then put it in a pie crust, D. None of the above, E. All of the above. Of course, the correct answer is C. You're off to a great start. Now, let's ramp it up a little. Assuming a vacuum, frictionless surface, and limited time, do you A. Purchase a pre-made crust, B. Make your own crust from graham crackers you purchased, C. Pulse all-purpose and whole wheat flour in a food processor along with baking soda and salt before adding brown sugar, then add to that pulsed mix little pieces of butter and pulse again until coarse. Once coarse, pulse in some milk and honey and vanilla. Then roll the dough out between sheets of parchment until it's 1/8 of an inch thick, freeze it for 3 hours, take it out of the freezer, cut into squares, dock, and bake. After the graham crackers are baked, grind them up in a food processor with some sugar and melted butter, press the crumb paste into a pie plate and bake. Or D, click away and watch a better video. If you've selected D, you've saved me the trouble of failing you. Well done. Of course, the correct answer was C. As for the ice cream, let's consider the following. Earlier in the semester, we studied a recipe for key lime frozen yogurt. If the yogurt recipe calls for 40% Greek yogurt, 15% lime juice, 5% egg yolks, and 40% sweetened condensed milk, how would you convert that recipe from frozen yogurt to ice cream? Show your work. Of course, the answer should be as follows. 400 grams of condensed milk, 100 grams of cream, 250 grams of milk, 150 grams of lime juice, and 100 grams of egg yolk. Next question. Prized as a staple ingredient in some of the world's cuisines, sweetened condensed milk is produced by sweetening and then condensing milk. So will you A. Slowly simmer a milk and sugar solution over low heat until reduced by 60%. 2. Contract a local producer of sweetened condensed milk to deliver a handcrafted batch to your door each morning. C. Buy a can of it. Or D. Give up and buy a sailboat and goat and venture onto the open seas. Correct. C. Now here's a pop question in the pop quiz. A standard can of sweetened condensed milk contains 396 grams of sweetened condensed milk. If your formula for ice cream requires 400 grams of sweetened condensed milk, what is the appropriate course of action? A. Proceed with 396 grams because a 1% difference in mass is negligible and won't affect the final product. B. Adjust your formula for a 396 gram can of sweetened condensed milk. C. Open an additional can of sweetened condensed milk to ensure that your recipe has 400 grams and then use the remainder of your homemade graham crackers to soak up the remainder of the sweetened condensed milk. Now you and I both know the answer. This concludes the sweetened condensed milk section of our pop quiz. Up next, authorities have long debated whether fresh key lime juice is truly superior in applications such as this one. Please write a brief essay articulating your position on the issue, being sure to cite at least 3 arguments from our in-class readings. Question number next. After combining the condensed milk, uncondensed milk, and cream in a saucepan and heating them thoroughly, then tempering the egg yolks and reintroducing them to the custard base, true or false, the target temperature for the mix is 180 degrees. A. True. B. False. Or C. Probably true, but you can also just heat it until it's thickened sufficiently. After chilling the base and adding it to your churning device of choice, it's time to add the lime juice. Please describe your feelings watching a puddle of lime juice float on top of spinning custardy goo. Now, please describe your feelings after seeing the final product. Practicum, demonstrate your ability to fill a pie crust with ice cream. For extra credit, you may decorate according to the convention of your choice of one of the following movements: Neoclassical, Baroque, Art Deco, and Expressionist. Now for the final exam. Yes, your final exam is built into the pop quiz. You should have read the syllabus. Final exam. How does it taste? Of course, the answer is ludicrously good. Is it more laborious than key lime pie? Yes. Is it harder to eat than key lime pie? Yes. Is it colder, charminger, and more rewarding than key lime pie? Yes, sure, and somewhat. I will remind you that this class is not required for graduation, but I appreciate your attention nonetheless. As a reminder, the answer key will be posted at the end of the day. Please score your own quizzes and submit your grades to me no later than the 18th. And with that, please get out of my classroom.